Hi the YouTubers, this is Jill, aka Michaela. Michaela? I don't know, I have a new name now. I tried a new name. I went from Michelle to Michaela. It's spelled like my given name, Michael, with an A at the end, so just trying to get used to that. But anyway, the last time I spoke about like coming out more and starting my part-time job, which is teaching here at a local college in New York City. Actually, it's downtown Brooklyn, St. Francis College in downtown Brooklyn, and I was going to begin for the first time this semester teaching, as a female, as a trans woman, and so I did it. It went very well. I think it went very well. I was a little surprised though how quiet it was. And how much it was like not a big deal. It was like a nothing. I spent quite a bit of time. Hopefully, I get enough volume on this. Hopefully I don't mess up with the volume. Let me just move a little bit closer to the laptop. Anyway, so to get back to it, I spent a lot of time. I left my full time job early to get home, to come home here. No, as a matter of fact, I left my therapist. I left off with my therapist. I had my appointment that last Wednesday. That's when it happened. Um, and I remember like kind of like leaving off with her. Like she asked, "Well, so how do you feel about doing this? Tonight, going out?" And as she often asks, like, "How do you feel about this and feel about that and so forth?" But and it was like, even though I've been teaching there for about 6 years now, this will be my sixth year, right? It felt like starting like the very first time that I taught, the very first semester. That's how nervous I was, how apprehensive I was. But like I said in the beginning, it was really wasn't a big deal. Like I came home, and the night before also, I just was like going through like one outfit after another. I mean, I was trying on like different pairs of pants and shoes and accessories and different tops. I mean, after about a half a dozen wardrobe changes, I finally settled on something not too provocative or not too conservative. Something that was, and also at the same time feminine too. I just didn't want to, because I anticipated like there'd be like maybe other people around there to see other than the students that I was going to be teaching that evening. But it really was. I mean, I could have wore a sack for all purposes. There was no one around except my chairperson who popped in at the beginning of class and just to say hello, like she said she would. And I was kind of surprised a little bit because all of a sudden I was just kind of like getting myself grounded, and she kind of like popped in, but just like all of like not even 1 minute. So she was gone, and then I kind of like got into it. The subject of my transsexuality did not come up, and I didn't talk about it. I just basically stuck with the topic, and the students, you know, after after a little while, I mean, everybody kind of like got into the groove. I mean, it's first day of class. Usually, um, it's quiet. The students were usually kind of quiet. That's what normally how it goes. Until you go through like a ice breaking period, right? So it was predictably like some quietness. It was a big class too. It was about 40 students I had, and things warmed up a little bit, and then after about 2 hours, um, about 2.5 hours, people started to kind of like nod off. It was like late, and it was already about 8:30 at night. So I says, well, let's just call it a night. We didn't take a break. We went straight through, and I took attendance. And as a matter of fact, after the end, I had a male student who approached me at the very end of class, and he outed himself as gay. So I thought that was, I don't know. It's like I wonder like how they were all reading me. You know, did they know I was trans, or were they reading me, or what? You know, there was always that big thing. But as the as the semester goes, I guess I'll find out, and maybe the subject will come up. But I was just trying to decide like what kind of ground rules to set. Like, am I going to make light of it? Am I going to make fun of it and joke around? And so I decided not to. I decided to just kind of like really, not be too serious about it at the same time, but and uh, not make light of it also, and just treat it seriously. And that student who approached me at the very end, and I don't remember exactly what he was talking about, but because I was like so like mentally, I was like exhausted at that point, so I just was like totally out of it, listless. But I do remember him saying that he had a boyfriend and so forth, and I says, okay, great. And he was just like very straightforward, very transparent, and I said, yeah, okay, that's probably the tone I could probably set. That kind of like sets it for me too. Just being honest. Not being pretentious, not trying to be cute or funny or anything like that. Although I tend to get like that after that sort of like icebreaker period. I kind of joke around a little bit, but I'll be guarded. I'll be really careful about making light of myself. I mean, if that subject comes up, but in any event, it wasn't such a big deal. That's sort of like the conclusion of that whole evening, and all that preparation and all the worry leading up to it. It was just a big, it was just like any other class, really, that I've had, and I've had so many of them, and it wasn't anything different. I do another class, a different course that I'm teaching, that starts tomorrow, Monday. So I'll see how that goes. But I'm all set for it. So I'm not going to, go crazy. I'll probably now pick out a wardrobe. I might even wear something like, something like this. I wore this to work today at my volunteer job. I went into the Housing Works thrift shop, and it was really busy today. It's why I look all disheveled. It's raining outside too and everything, so I got kind of rained on, so I'm not looking my best, but I'm ready for tomorrow. Got all my handouts. It'll be a smaller class too. It's kind of like more intimate than my Wednesday class. It's only about 20, I think I have about so far 22, 23, thereabouts, plus or minus students. And so I'll try to pick something appropriate. I'm not going to wear jeans like this, like I'm wearing today, these blue jeans. Something maybe I have a dark pair of jeans which seem to work. They're nice, they're tight fitting, and I'll wear a top, some appropriate top. I'm not sure, depending upon the weather, and just some like very unpretentious kind of accessories, not too loud, not too boisterous or anything. So just conservative but feminine at the same time. That's the kind of like look that I'm going for. Conservative, um, but feminine, but undeniably feminine. That's the kind of look that I really need, that I need help with, because it's in boy clothes, like in male clothes. I mean, I'm usually read as male, so I need that extra help, the accessories, the earrings, and so forth, and everything like that, the makeup, the eye makeup, and all that stuff. All that really helps. I'll see how that goes tomorrow. Also, I'm on vacation this week, so I'm going to be chilling out. It's been a little stressful at my full time job. I'm not out at my full time job, and I noticed another thing happened too, like following, that whole period of being feminine and doing the part-time job, the teaching job, that, it's like the detransition really seems to get to me too. This like shifting back and forth, just, I was thinking about that today and I just decided that, I really need to think seriously about just being full-time, about just going out there and being like full-time with my full-time job, and because that's the only place that I'm not. That's the only um, situation, where I'm not full time, and I says, and I just can't, it's really getting to me. I think I need to probably talk to my therapist about it, like why I get like so. I don't know. It just really disturbs me to just like this detransition. Weekends, I'm transitioning. I'm full time on the weekends, and now with this part time job, like twice a week in the evenings, I'm going to be totally femme. And then it's like the next day to kind of like detransition, and then a day goes by, and then going back and forth. It's just, for me, it's just mentally, it's just unsettling for me right now. So I think I really need to think seriously about going full time, and that's the direction I think I need to go in right now. That seems to be where the point where I need to be. So, and I know it's not going to happen overnight, and it's not something that I really should rush to. I don't want to rush it because I'm not out with everybody yet. All the people, I'm not out at work, my full time job, and that's going to be a it's going to be a big hurdle, I think. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what the future kind of like holds for me, and maybe it won't be so big. Maybe it'll be something like this situation with the teaching job. It won't be such a big deal. I'll be able to get over it, uh, and it may not be such a big deal. Um, but other than that, I don't want to ramble on. I think I seem to be like just rambling right now. So, um, but other than that, things are going well. I did see my doctor. I mentioned that I was going to see my doc, which I did, and I asked him to up my meds. So basically, double my dose of estradiol. I've already been doing that, like tweaking that. I'm taking 4 milligrams, 2 milligrams twice a day, plus the patch. I'm taking, I think the maximum dose with the patch, which is 100 micrograms or 1/10 of a milligram per 24-hour period. I think it's a that's the dose that it delivers through the transdermally, as I say, through the skin. And I like that. I mean, I like the patch. It's great. I don't really hear too much about it from the other girls, so but it's something to think about. It's great. And I asked him to up my Sparrow, so he agreed to do that. So he gave me like 200, gave me a script for 200 milligrams per day. So I'm gonna try that and see how that goes. And I'm hoping to get more, I guess, more things happening with the face, maybe more distribution of the fat, more loss of muscle mass, and certainly more, I could probably use a little more breast growth, even though I've had a pretty good results these last 2 years with the breast growth. But from what I understand, the transitions could continue, the changes, that is, can continue, um, up to like 5 to 7 years, into maybe even more, into taking hormones. So um, I want to take, maximum advantage of that, and also while I can get these scripts, at really low cost, through my, through the benefits that I have, because they would be costly, I suppose. They would be costly if I had to go totally on my own. Okay, so that's about it for this week. So I'll probably check in next week with you all, and I'll let you know how things go. And so have a good week, everybody, and thanks for listening and watching. Bye bye now. Bye.